Why, hello there.
I'm putting some blood splatters on your cat.
Always in the middle of a Ragdoll sentence. Hello.
Hi.
That was a particularly good one.
Yeah. Blood splatters, great.
So this one is. No. Okay, so that's the eraser. And this is the brush. Okay, you do have the brush. Yeah, so that's size, and that's opacity. There you go. Yes, but then you wouldn't have a drawing. Anyway.
So welcome to the stream. How are we all doing? We all good? I know I asked that 5 minutes ago, but how are we doing?
Still yes.
Still yes. We're still feeling yes.
I'm still feeling yes.
Good-o. Lucky yes. Yeah, we are joined today by Chibi, Christi, Ragdoll, and bonus friend, Haji.
Yes. Who will not be doing wiki stuff, but apparently is screwing around with things.
Yeah.
We'll probably provide
Best
commentary.
Kind of
What is life for but screwing around? It's
exactly.
things
We're doing plenty of that here.
Absolutely. We have our usual menagerie of cats. We have the Mario cat, it's a me problem. I assume this is Little Miss Scarlet from Claudio.
Yeah.
Claudio, a Meowder Mousetery. Is that what it was?
I don't know.
And we have Gorf in the corner. Gorf. And a couple of cute red cats with hearts, which is always nice. There may or may not be blood as well. So I guess this stream has an age rating. Graphic violence, mild peril.
Don't they all?
I mean, it's for different reasons usually. Yeah. So what wikis do we have today?
So I have the Mana series wiki, and the Mana series is interesting because it started as like a side story to the original Final Fantasy, and then quickly became its own thing. So the first game in the Mana series is literally called Final Fantasy Adventure, and then it sort of split off and became its own thing.
You can see why it's called the Mana series.
Yeah, and it's like not really recognizable as Final Fantasy anymore. It very quickly became its own thing, which is, sort of a good thing. It's its own thing.
Good for that. Good for that series. Anything that can gain independence from the Final Fantasy series is, good on them. Because that series is a mess.
Yes.
I say as a fan.
I mean, that means you know exactly why it's a mess.
Yeah. Still haven't resorted to that wiki yet, but one day.
One day you'll have the courage to.
One day I'll have the lack of desire to not expose you to that wiki. Although I did test it out when we were first sort of doing this, and the first page I got was a page for a voice actor called Chris Parson, which is one letter away from me.
Wow.
So which was
That's weird.
You're a voice actor.
Yeah, in 15 apparently.
Congratulations.
Good job.
I was going to take a cutscene from that game and just splice my voice into it for juxtaposition, but there is apparently already an annoying Englishman in that game, so it doesn't quite work. Sort of undercuts the humour. What else have we got?
I have Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo? Well, that's one I can cross off my list then.
And I couldn't get the random character thing to work, so I just scrolled down, didn't look, and clicked on one 3 times. So
it should do. With special. I think I tested this. Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm on tablet and also technically stupid.
No, it's fine. That's. Sorry, I didn't mean to imply that it's fine that you're stupid. That's not what I meant.
I shouldn't drink at that moment.
Marvelous. Scooby-Doo, good one. Good things. Many people in masks.
Yes.
Jib?
I have the Ranger's Apprentice wiki, which is a book series that I've read far too many times at this point.
Yay, more Chibi books.
Yay!
Can put it with the Belgariad and the other one whose name I've already forgotten. Oh yeah, the Blank Mancer, wasn't it? The Earth Mancer and whatever.
Yeah, close enough. This one is actually good though.
Oh, whoa. Stop changing the formula. Right, well, now I originally had 13, but now I have 12 options, so I have a D12. Let's see what we get. We have, we rolled number 11. Oh, fantastic, we were talking about this the other day. I have the Beano, which is an old British comic which has been going for like 70 years. So yeah, get ready to draw. I've already drawn a comic character, so we've started off well, I think, and it's only downhill from here.
Yes.
Fantastic. Ooh, look at the swirls. Some nice swirly plantage going on.
Yes.
Right, who would like to go first? Nobody.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. I'll go first.
Okay.
By asking the question, I immediately deflect me being the person who can go first. Ragdoll, do you want a prompt from me or Chibi?
Let's go prompt from Chibi first.
Chibi.
Okay, cool.
Get rid of golf.
That on a different
Okay.
layer.
Speaking of cats,
Ease us in
your
gently.
character is pronunciation. The Kyofu, which translates to the Terror, which was a gigantic snow tiger
Ooh.
that is recently been killed. Not
Oh.
recently, but
You might have heard it in the news.
So giant snow kitty is what I'm hearing.
yes, giant snow.
Well, if it's in a
kitty.
snowstorm, I can just sort of do this.
Yeah. I mean, can't complain. Hi, miss.
It's a cat in a snowstorm. No, we'll
Well
do
done.
something a little better.
Well, actually, I've first thing I immediately thought of when I heard that prompt was the giant snow tiger from Dark Souls 2, and that's literally invisible. So,
Yeah.
So they took the polar bear in a snowstorm and took it one step further.
yeah, I've never made that connection before, but that might work.
Yeah. It's a gigantic snow tiger, which is in this like world version of Japan. For those who don't know, which is probably everyone, in the Ranger's Apprentice series is like a world similar to ours, but like slightly different. Like places look slightly different and have different names, but generally have a real life counterpart that you can easily compare them to. The like main characters and like most parts of the series take place in how do I pronounce this in English? Araluen, which is this book's version of the UK, basically.
Yeah.
Cool.
And in the 10th book, they go all the way over to Japan for reasons.
Well, obviously the reasons are to pet the giant snow kitties.
Yes. The absolutely
reason enough for
adorable
me.
snow kitty nicknamed the Terror, which has murdered several people.
I mean, I know plenty of people who've named their cats things like Killer and Terror.
But have those cats actually killed people? That's the question.
Unclear. Also unclear if they would if they were given a chance. Because the problem with house cats trying to kill people is they're small and easy to pick up,
You say easy.
which makes it difficult. Well, easier to pick up than like a tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marginally.
Like, regardless of how wiggly they are, I can guarantee you it will be easier to pick up a small wiggly cat than it will be to pick up a large tiger.
It's less the wiggles and more the scritches. That's You try and pick Kiki up, she's not having it.
I mean, still easier to pick up than a snow tiger. Because I think it isn't on the wiki, but if I recall from memory, it's like this one is like larger than other snow tigers and is like 7 or 8 meters long or whatever. However you say that for cats.
Yeah,
Like
and tigers are
big.
huge.
it's sounding more and more like the Dark Souls 2 one, to be honest. What was their name?
Kyofu.
Kyofu, not Ava.
No.
Or Lud,
Not
or
Ava.
Zullen. There are 3 for some reason.
What are
They're
they?
cousins, probably.
Yeah, Miss has got it. Wiggly and teeth and nails like a tornado of pain. Yeah. It's all cats.
You're doing
See, cats also
really
have like
well,
weird back
Ragdoll.
legs. So
They do.
this is sort of what their haunches are doing,
Yeah.
just not quite as pronounced.
It's a lot of bendy bits to where there shouldn't be bendy bits.
Yeah, well, it's because cats are like walking on their tiptoes for the most part.
Cats are grateful for there being bendy bits there. It's not. The thing is, there shouldn't be bendy bits, and the cat's like, "Oh, thanks."
I've offended all cats now. Tail.
That tail is not long enough, I don't think.
Well, that's okay.
I
These
had
tigers
actually
have pretty
no
long
idea
tail.
how long tails
It's okay,
tigers
the
have.
tail isn't in the picture, so.
I'll just say that it's short tailed and that's how you know.
When you say it's like 7 or 8 meters long, is it just really small but with a long tail?
No,
It's just
I
a
don't
normal
think
house cat
so.
with a massive tail.
No.
The tail's not...
That would be funny, but I don't think they usually take into account tail length when they're measuring stuff
Well, that's
like
cheating.
this.
Also, I think this, like, snow tiger is at one point accused of, like, dragging grown men from tents. I'm not sure if a regular house cat could do that.
If they were big enough.
They're
I like
determined
how
enough.
you're saying it was accused, which makes me think they took the cat to court. Which is just a really funny mental image. It's like, how do you plead?
Listen,
Like, giant murder cat would be a terrible client.
Just
They
scratches
said
the
the
judge.
cat did that, but at that point they didn't know it was a cat. They thought it was a demon. So, you know,
I can't.
they accused it.
I mean, demon, cat, potato, potato.
So I can't
Sorry.
come up with anything good.
I was watching an old Terror Burnett episode a couple weeks back, and one of the skits come up there was she had been accused of, she was playing a character who had been accused of murder, and she went to go find a lawyer. Well, the lawyer said that he was busy, so he gave her to his partner. And when she went in there, the partner turned out to be a rabbit.
As one does.
Oh, how does John Mulaney say it?
Carol
As
Burnett
you do.
show.
The
Need
ears
to
are
give.
just so cute on this one.
We find the
It's very
defendant.
cute.
Ah, there's
We find the defendant cute.
no, I was gonna say we find the defendant Kitty, but that's the best joke I've got, which is a low bar, and still managed to go under.
Like
Oh,
angry
now
eyes.
it's made.
Yeah, mad cat.
But
Well,
still
if it's going
cute.
around like eating
Luna's not
people.
Aww. Aww.
Let's see.
I mean, it doesn't have to be mad. It's probably having a good time.
It
if it's
says her
killing
own
so
Snow
many
Kitty.
people.
See, the fact that it's a snow tiger, though, I find sort of funny because tiger stripes are so that they blend in more with like grasses and whatnot in the jungle. And snow leopard spots are sort of they're broken up more in the like rocky areas where they live as well. So it's like stripes for something that lives in a snowy climate. I wonder how that works. Of course, it's a fantasy story. It doesn't have to make sense. So
I think it's
Poplar
more
trees.
to like just because snow is never like pure white, so it's more to like blend in with the shadows, I presume. And also, I think there is a forest.
Forested area.
It hunts in
Yeah,
the
there is that.
forest.
If,
It's a snowy forest.
if you've ever followed like a Bob Ross tutorial painting mountains, there's always like stripes of other colours. So maybe this one's quite big. Maybe it's just trying to be a mountain. Dunno.
Just curls up
Yes.
into a mountain.
I wasn't going to miss, don't worry. This is posting pictures of Luna.
It's not loafing, it's mountaining. Mountaining.
Don't put that one on screen.
yeah, cat who is offended that you do not believe she could murder if she chose
Yeah.
to.
Like, stare at
All
my
right,
posterior.
I think
Think you're done?
I'm more or less done here. So
Okay.
do we have
Cool.
a picture of the big cat?
Yes,
And now
there is a
Haji is
picture,
adding
yes.
in lines to the picture because she grabbed a hold of her PC and is now doodling on it.
Oh, that's just a photograph.
Whee!
Yes.
Yeah, that's just a photograph of a cat. That's just a cat.
But
It's
it's
a
a
snow
good
tiger.
cat.
Like I could murder you if I wanted to.
Oh, yes.
No. Do not doubt
I
my
just don't want
ability.
to right now.
Also, it's in grass. It's like
Tiger's
you're the
just
wrong colour for
chilling.
this.
You're very upset by that.
In a Bob Ross painting. Hi, Dark. Hi, Oobs. Can we kill the sun now? Yes, it's quite warm here, by the way. It's quite hot today.
Jungle cat. But it's winter, so they're all dead.
Is that a tent of men over there? Spiffing.
Snacks. Pre-packaged.
And individual little wrappers.
Amazing.
All right. So Haji, you're gonna need to.
Oh, we did. But
Yeah. So you wanna click the little eyeball. Make it go away. There you go.
Tiger doesn't have a sprite or anything?
I mean, if it's a book.
Oh, it was a book.
Yeah, it's a book
Sorry.
series.
I'm mixing things together.
You could do sprite art in a book series. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Chibi, would you like to get a prompt from Christi?
Yes,
Good, because
I
I
would.
didn't have many other options, to be honest.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing I said yes
Yeah.
then.
If people say no to these things, I get very, very flustered.
You have Blue Scarab
Ooh.
from the episode The Scarab Lives. The Blue Scarab is a comic book character created by whatever was sick of being Sloane's unknown assistant, so he disguised himself as a blue scarab and committed crimes.
As one does.
Yeah. Oh, and Sloane is sorry, I fucked that up. The comic book character created by Jerry Sloane and Howard Kruger, and he's the student Sloane.
What does this scarab look like?
I mean, neither
So it's
does
someone
he.
dressing up as a scarab doing crimes.
Yeah,
Cool.
in a
Okay.
comic booky kind of way.
Be scarab, do crimes.
Yeah. Who is that? Your drawing?
This is Chibi drawing.
I was gonna say you need to pull up a scarab one.
No.
Like he's basically trying
I
to
didn't
be
pull up a tiger when I
a
was drawing
comic
the
book
tiger.
hero.
Can't wait for it to be anthropomorphic.
really?
Well, it's a character in Scooby-Doo, so it probably is.
I mean, it's a character in Scooby Doo. It's probably a person wearing a suit.
Yeah. Or like a giant Loch Ness monster, you know, there's not the rules can be broken.
Yeah, but usually the giant Loch Ness monster is a person wearing a Loch Ness monster suit. It's just a very big suit.
Yeah.
Except for the movies. Some of the movies had actual monsters in them.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It puts the.
But it was only a few of them.
It puts the confidence with which the Mystery Machine Gang are like, oh, it's definitely just a person. It puts that a little bit. It puts an edge on it because they might be wrong. They just capture the ghost, try and pull its face off, and it's like, oh no, it's actually a ghost. Turns out.
Loved the, I think, second or third movie.
A person was behind this, but then there's also a monster that's actually there.
Yeah, like the one with the aliens, where it's like the aliens that they were investigating were fake, and then the
Real aliens
were the
are on their side.
yeah, the gal and her dog turned out to actually be
Oh, wait,
aliens, and
he's
it's like,
a
now wait a
criminal.
minute.
And
Whereas the other way around, they capture the janitor and they pull his face off, and it's like a dragon underneath. It's like,
Pull
this
his
isn't.
face off.
This isn't. You're supposed to be a human disguised as a monster, not the other way around. Why are you're a dragon? Why are you a janitor? This is a weird thing to do.
Oh yeah, Oobs brought up a good point. The one live action movie, it's like, oh, it's a man. No, you pull off the mask and it's a dog in a man's suit.
Okay. in the live action one.
I don't remember that.
Yes,
That must have been
one of the live action ones. There was two.
Wasn't that 3?
Well, I feel bad for the CGI people, to be honest.
I mean, if there was three, I only know of two.
Was one of them. Oh, sorry.
Because yeah, the first one. God, I don't even remember what happened between both. But I know Scrappy Doo was the villain in one of them.
That was the first one.
Yeah, that was the first one. Okay, and then the second one was some other stuff.
Wasn't Rowan
But
Atkinson?
yeah, there are at least 2 Scooby-Doo live action movies, and they are sequels of each other. Yeah, no, Miss has posted a thing.
Yep.
That's from the live action.
It's so cute.
I kind of like this halfway house between the cartoon and a real dog is a bit weird.
Yeah.
I kind of adore it.
Spoilers: Rowan Atkinson is Scrappy Doo. Okay, I can believe that.
I mean, all things considered, the CGI in it was okay. I think it's partially because they didn't try and make him look like a real Great Dane. They tried to make him look like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, it's cartoony enough that it's not too off-putting, but at the same time, it's, you know.
Also, it's from the early 2000s.
Funny enough that the slapstick doesn't seem out of place.
They did a better job animating Scooby-Doo into a 3D model than they did with the original Sonic.
Oh.
I thought you were going to say well, I don't know how I thought you were going to say something if I can't remember what it is. That's a bit weird. Brain, how does that work? Peter Cushing. I thought you were going to say it with Peter Cushing in Rogue One.
Google.
You know, I don't think I ever saw Rogue One, so I can't say much on that one.
I've just seen the clips of weird CGI Peter Cushing. It's strange.
Oh. Oh no.
It's like, I like Peter Cushing, but rubber Peter Cushing. Computer rubber Peter Cushing.
That is very weird.
I like how we said, like, oh, he's going to do doing crimes, and Chibi has now given the bug a gun.
This is criminal.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many. I don't know. Maybe I just it just feels like in the Scooby-Doo episode, like the villain is cornered by the Mystery Machine Gang, and they just pull out a pistol. It's like feels a little out of place.
Whoops, we have nothing.
Maybe it's out of place for you, but as someone who is uncultured and has never seen Scooby-Doo, I think this should be in whatever it is.
I don't think the goofy gadgets and lasso, I don't think are going to get them out of this one.
I mean, I always thought it was quite stupid that the gang just rolled up to someone destroying like a village or something and like just trying to talk it out.
Yeah, what if they pull a gun?
Yeah. Is that a little flower?
I was
No.
assuming it to be a bag of loot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gonna be a bag.
Oh, it happened in Buffy, apparently. Goofy fights followed by somebody just pulling out a gun. Does anyone know Buffy? That might be a good wiki.
Ooh, yeah.
What does
I know some of Buffy.
what does the door symbol? Just this. Or is it two? I know I don't.
I have Charmed, but I haven't watched Buffy. Oh.
I watched like
Oh.
5 episodes of both
Ragdoll.
shows together as a kid.
Mrs.
Okay, now I'm
Excited.
back in.
Yeah. Welcome back to this room. You just walked into another room to get a drink. It's fine. Mrs. Excited by Charmed.
Yes, Charmed.
Is this gonna
That
have
might
a
be a fun
best?
one to do.
I was
Yeah, Charmed is another one that has a lot of interesting characters too.
yeah.
So, oops, I believe it's exclamation mark GIF and then the GIF itself.
Yeah. I was about to sing the opening music for Charmed, but for some reason the music for Malcolm in the Middle popped in my head instead.
Your brain is
That
really
would
betraying
be-
you today.
Well, it's the I am the sun, I am the air, but it's like life is unfair. It's the same like melody at the end. So there we are. Turns out, Charmed and Malcolm in the Middle, they got a lot in common. By which I mean a single motif in their theme song.
I mean, probably more than that.
And also 3
Got it.
primary.
Clearly, we need to do
characters.
a crossover.
Yeah.
What's of the 3 Charmed protagonists? Which one is of the middle age?
Well, see, that's a complicated question because it turns out there's 4 sisters.
Oh, fantastic!
When did that happen?
So what happened was the actress who played the oldest sister quit. So they killed off the character and then introduced a younger half sister. So the character who was the middle sister is now the oldest sister, and the character who was the youngest sister is now the middle sister because now they have an even younger sister.
Right.
Oh.
Is this like
I remember some bullshit like that.
Is this like Isaac Asimov's 3 Laws of Robotics, where it's like, this doesn't quite work, I need a 4th, so instead of... I'm still going to call them the 3 laws, but I'm going to add a 0th one. Is it like that? Is there a 0th Charmed witch?
I guess the oldest one would be the 0th one.
Well, the thing is with their
Same.
family, like their powers come in 3s, but it doesn't necessarily have to be 3 sisters. I want to say one of the 3s was like with some of their cousins as well. Like, So they just need 3 of them to get some of the more powerful spells to work. It doesn't necessarily have to be 3 people who are all biologically full sisters. So
it didn't ruin the lore.
yeah.
I mean,
I think they've also got some of their family is still around at various points. So it's fine.
in a long-running show like that, lore is going to get ruined. It just happens.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, it was sort of unavoidable because this was outside of canon stuff. Ooh boy.
Ooh.
Oops. You need to put the exclamation mark GIF bit first.
Also, that's a JPEG for some reason. Why is that Vin Diesel?
Yeah, and also that's a JPEG.
Why do we just have a picture of Vin Diesel? What's going on? Oh, someone mentioned family. I see.
Oh, family.
Have I missed anything?
Feel free to put it in Discord, and I'll just stick it on stream.
It's a criminal scarab.
Dressed like a person.
They're very cute. I love.
It is blue
I
scarab
can only
though.
draw cute bugs. Okay.
It does look a little bit like they
It's so
transformed
cute.
into a bigger bug, and that's why their jackets are ripped.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's what happened. I don't know, Scooby Doo.
Oh, Buffy, you're a weird show.
Oh god.
It's open as silver bullets.
Yeah. A lot of the demons in Buffy, it's like we've got a prosthetic face going on there to represent the demonness. But to be fair, it was a long-running TV show in the 90s, so... And it actually worked out, I think the stuff that they did works out better than a lot of CGI that they do these days, to be perfectly honest.
Hello, Just Miss Nephew.
Yep.
You were done, Chibi?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
Yeah, fun
This is
scarab.
the blue
Also, I
scarab.
can't believe the
Hey, look at that.
favoritism of Jan Emma. Absolutely disgusting.
I know, it's terrible. Hey, look, it's every character from Scooby Doo.
Hey, he's got like a scarab on his chest.
I love how they just could never be bothered to colour in the eyes.
Yep.
Yeah, you did
amazing.
say like a super villain kind of aesthetic. I guess that's my fault.
Yeah. No, I like
I
yours.
was
Just
more thinking along the lines of petty criminal.
yeah, yours is more sort of Batman kind of.
Batman turned cute.
It's
Batman
the man bug.
It's the man bug.
Man Bug, not to be confused with Bugman. They're rivals.
The main difference is that Bugman refuses to use guns, and Manbug is wild.
Man-Bug's a wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Oh boy.
Good old blue scarab.
I like
Little
yours too.
blue scarab.
Good. I say good.
Yeah, your design is more interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, if that cropped up in Scooby Doo, it'd be more entertaining.
So much
Especially if we pulled out a gun.
Yeah.
more.
I thought you were about to say if it pulls off the mask and it's just a gun.
Ooh, please design that.
I mean, most Scooby-Doo cartoons are fairly silly in various points where it's like, that's not how anything works. Like with the running through the doors
Yeah.
bits.
I
Those
was
are great.
I was about to say that, Oobs. It's not bare feet, it's thigh highs. Thigh high boots. Because fashion.
Yeah, definitely tire boots. Tire boots and very long gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a bit confused. They said when
That's
you rob.
just the jacket and that's it. The rest is just scarab.
It's a bold choice to go bare torso but thigh high boots. It's a look.
Yeah.
No, not bear torso, bug torso.
Bugged, sorry. Apologies. It's not a furry. Hashtag not a furry.
It's not a furry.
Fantastic.
It's not a wolf, so I'm safe.
Yay, it's not a fox, not a wolf. We're good.
Bug furry.
Check reminds me of
furry.
Snake from The Simpsons. I forgot about that character. Oh, wasn't there a weird episode of, it's probably a Halloween one, of The Simpsons where he's like, hair possesses people or something. It was a weird episode. Anyway. Just Miss Nephew's now chanting hashtag not a furry. We're a good influence. We're a good influence, everyone.
We are an excellent influence on this small child.
Yeah.
Bless. Right, Christy, would you like to draw something from the Beano?
Yeah.
Yes. Cool. You have arguably one of the more famous characters in the Beano, must be said. You have Walter the Softy.
Aww.
Walter the Softy is a kid who's soft. Basically, is the idea. The main character of the thing is Dennis the Menace, who's a rowdy kid, and he often picks on the character who's more in touch with their feelings. Basically, that's how it started. Anyway, this is from the 1950s, but recently he's just basically become more sort of like, oh, you shouldn't do that. Shouldn't be misbehaving. I'm going to tell the teacher on you. All that kind of thing. Yeah, he has a. This might not make sense to anybody outside of the UK, but he looks exactly like Jacob Rees-Mogg, who is an MP. Here,
What?
and also behaves exactly the same as Jacob Rees-Mogg. It's uncanny. But he wears a bow tie. He has glasses.
Oh.
Yeah. as Miss says, to be fair, Walter is a dick. That's yeah. Like I say, originally the idea was that he was the sort of antithesis of the rowdy child of Dennis the Menace, but nowadays he's just annoying. Because hey, times change, and getting in touch with your feelings is now a good thing.
Yeah.
His first
Hey,
appearance.
Dark, we didn't need to know that.
Bug. Okay. I mean, Buggy's like Brum. We're going for
I
Dennis.
already have a bad enough reputation on this program.
No, this is the Beano wiki, so it's the British Dennis the Menace, not the American one. Was it like,
Usual. I
was it-
make it so damn small.
was it 5 days between the release of the American Dennis the Menace and the British Dennis the Menace?
Yeah,
You said
just like
something.
that.
Hey, can I look at your homework for class? Sure, but don't copy it.
I mean, they didn't.
mean- To be fair, they don't look like each other at all.
They're misbehaving kids, which is a common theme in comics. And it's just it's a name that rhymes.
Yeah, the British one actually looked like a man.
I visually I prefer the design of the American one, it must be said. But if you were to look at the two and say which one's going to be more misbehaving, it's definitely the British one.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, the design of the American one is more appealing, generally, because of the art style. But the British one actually looks like a menace. But
The American one feels like it belongs in the Fallout universe. Do you know what I mean?
oh yeah, kind of.
Mhm.
Like
that
it's
kind of-
the default guy's child or something. But,
Yeah, he does look kind of like a Pip Boy. Yeah.
Oh,
like
can
the
we
chick guy?
can we have a misbehaving child in the
Whatever he's
post-apocalypse comic, please? I don't know.
I wonder if someone's done it already.
Probably.
Yep.
I mean, there are
I see
comics.
you're making him a nerd.
Oh, you're on point. Yeah, there are comics in the Fallout universe though, so maybe there is actually a comic in the game that is that sort of thing.
well, we have our resident Fallout expert in the chat. Just ask Dark. He knows
do.
everything.
Dark, is there a Dennis the Menace style comic in the Fallout universe? Confused as to why you'd be promoting a menace. I know. Times have changed. This was from the 1950s.
They wanted menace.
No. Okay. There is not. In that case, we have a new... another project to put on the pile.
Another project.
Another project. Hurry up with that Claudio, Chibi. We've got another one. Is the pint-sized slasher, does that count? Probably not. I think slashing and menacing are two different things.
I mean, you can menace someone with a knife.
You can, but you can't slash someone with a whoopee cushion, you know?
Oh, Dark, where did you find that?
Oh yeah, they did a CG reboot of Dennis the Menace. And were it not for the fact that it's supposed to be Dennis the Menace, it doesn't look awful for a quickly made children's CG show, but it just doesn't look anything like Dennis the Menace.
It's still slightly off-putting.
It's a little bit.
I don't like him.
It's.
I can't exactly point out why.
It's
but
no.
It's something about that face.
It's no worse than the recent Addams Family film.
That's the reason.
Even with the recent Addams Family film, if you look at their 3D designs, they look pretty much exactly like what they did in the original comics, just 3D.
Yeah.
And part of the point of the family is like, yeah, they look off-putting. They're weird and kooky, and everyone is like, what the heck is up with these people? It wasn't until we got the live-action one where it's like, we have these refined goth, because you can't quite have that extreme of a body shape when you're dealing with actual human actors.
Yeah. Oh well, they did all right with Christopher Lloyd. But yeah, I mean, have you seen British comics? We don't go for aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, why?
This actually looks. This CGI version actually looks more like cleaner than the comic. British comics tend to be quite lumpy. They tend to be quite sort of.
Yeah. Why? Do you guys just like not have a good visual taste?
I agree. I can't disagree with this one. It must be said. I've never liked the old sort of British postcard comic style. Yeah, that's the end of the sentence.
The only thing I can figure is having to do something with like mass production and quickly making stuff, but that doesn't explain all of that.
Yeah, where's all the knobbly limbs? Exactly.
I'm just thinking of the horrid dog sheep with this old people skin.
God, yes.
It's just a freakazoid? What's a freakazoid? I do not know things.
That was an American cartoon from the 90s? But yeah, no, she's right. The hair there, it is very reminiscent of Freakazoid.
Oh, it is, yeah. They were going to work on a Freakazoid reboot, but then they got the team got moved over to a different project, and they're like, well, we're not wasting this.
I mean, they maybe should have.
God,
yeah, he does look very dweeby.
Dweeby's good. Yeah, it's like, spot the difference. This is pre-transformation and post-transformation. It was bitten by a radioactive freak. We're just saying words. You grew up on a puppet show. This literally translates to Super Lying Beast. That sounds cool. I'm up for that.
That's an interesting name.
Translated back to like Flemish or Dutch in my head, and I just can't. I don't know why. It just refuses to.
It's an anti-meme. It just cannot be thought of. Guarantee you're not up for that. I mean, I'm gonna Google it. I don't know how I'm gonna Google it now I think about it, but Oh, good. I got the Wikipedia page for the list of Belgian records in swimming. I don't think that's quite what I was looking for.
How did you end up
That's
there?
a green monkey. That's a green monkey.
Yeah.
Oops.
I agree. That is just a green monkey.
Well, that's not a green monkey.
No, that's not a green
That's
monkey.
Jim.
That's Earthworm Jim.
That's a worm. You missed Earthworm Jim. I missed Trapdoor. We all have weird things from our childhood. Is there a Trapdoor wiki? There probably is. There is, because I did a...
What is Trapdoor?
Trapdoor is an old claymation show with monsters in a trapdoor, and it was great.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, there is a Trapdoor wiki because I remember you going through it at one point.
Yeah, well,
I don't think we've drawn from it.
Christy's done a very good job. This feels like sort of halfway between the actual version and if the American version of Dennis the Menace also had a Walter. So, but you definitely got the right feel.
I was just mashing together what I remember any dweeb looking like from any cartoon in my childhood.
Yeah. I'd also like to
Yeah,
recommend...
That's fair.
I'd also like to recommend the Trapdoor theme tune, which is a banger. Yeah. Marvellous.
I like that you drew in the pants, and it's just kind of like, oh, he's. They don't go all the way down to his shoes. Hence,
Yeah.
he's got like long shorts on.
I mean, he's wearing shorts in the original, so...
Ooh.
Let's see if we can get a good picture here, other than the one on the wiki, because as is always the case with wikis, there's never a good picture. Yep, I've already got a picture of Jacob Rees-Mogg. Fantastic. That guy's in power.
There we go.
Since this comic has been going for a very long time, there are quite a few different versions of this character. But
Yeah. You got the same thing with the Looney Tunes.
and oddly, there are no good pictures. So we'll go with the one that's on the... Well, there are two on the wiki, but... He does have dark hair, I didn't mention that.
Good thing I'm coloring it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate Earthworm Jim's
You
design.
grew up on a show called Come Outside. That sounds like it should not be broadcast now. A dog and a lady that flew a spotty plane.
I'm done, by the way.
Yay!
Just Googling.
I'm just trying to find a good picture. Well, we'll go with the one that's on the wiki, whatever. He looks mean here, I don't know why. I remember that. Why do I remember that? I don't remember the name of the show, but I remember that.
Aw,
Cute dog.
Doggo. That's a good dog. Oh, God.
It's close.
It's pretty close.
The knees and elbows
Yeah.
are upsetting for some reason.
Bobbly knees.
The neck is the most upsetting to
But
me.
smooth elbows.
Only under the shirt. If they were
Yeah,
exposed,
that's where your elbows are.
they would also be lumpy. Not if you're not wearing a shirt.
Also, that's a look.
Also,
Yeah, bow tie on a turtleneck.
Yeah.
there's Walter the Softie and Jacob Rees-Mogg.
How long is his neck? If he's wearing a turtleneck, and his neck still just like
That's what upsets me.
goes the same length beyond that.
And it's bending the wrong way.
I mean, at the risk of posting too many pictures of Jacob Rees-Mogg in chat, it's like, it fits. Like, look at his neck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, no.
Is it too much of a cartoon now?
That
You
is,
should wear a
yeah.
turtleneck.
It's got a weird neck.
That's upsetting.
Looks like he's about to explain Bitcoin to you. He's going to go on a lengthy process of explaining parliamentary guidelines in Latin.
And also falling asleep at the same time.
Shorts. Everyone wore shorts. Yes. Marvelous. I think you succeeded.
It still just says blue scarab. This is the
Oh, it
new
does say blue scarab. Look, this is a new idea of putting the
I like it, but it's so funny.
softening.
This is a picture.
There. Solved. Right. Well, it's just a new stock market when you look at it. Now, let me tell you all about Dogecoin. Yes. He went canvassing politically during the last election with his nanny. I think that tells you a lot about Jacob Rees-Mogg. Anyway.
Anyway.
Enough of this. Ragdoll. Give me a prompt.
Yes. All right. So, first question. So with how they've got the page categories separate, the monsters and the characters are in separate categories, so I can't random page and category both of them simultaneously. So would you like a character or would you like a monster?
Monster, please.
Monster.
Monster
Okay.
Mash.
The Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash.
Enemies page.
It caught on in a flash.
Classes.
It was the Monster Mash.
Please stop.
Okay, you
speaking
get the
directly
Great
into my
Viper.
ear.
Sorry, what was that?
You get the Great Viper.
Great Viper.
Yay!
Yes. Which is actually a category of a couple.
Big ol'
So
snake.
let's see. Yes, big ol' snake.
Big ol' snake.
That's describing
ol'
the
snake on
strategy
this
of how to
before.
fight it. Okay, so that's just the strategy of how to fight it. So the Great Viper is a
Always be cobras.
boss from Secret of Mana. And it's a boss in the Cave of the White Dragon. Its weakness is wind, and it's so with how it's drawn, it's sprite. It's like a little sprite instead of being like 3D or whatever.
I'll pixelate it.
It's a
fine.
bunch of little. It's a bunch of little spheres, and it has eyebrows.
A what? It's a bunch of spears?
It's a bunch of spheres.
So this snake head I've drawn is meaningless.
I mean, the head isn't a sphere, but the rest of the body is just a bunch of spheres, and it has very prominent eyebrows.
Naturally.
Yes.
As all
Eyebrow
snakes
snake.
tend to have.
It's a snake with a pangolin body.
Those are very prominent eyebrows.
Yes, you said very prominent. That's what I'm going with.
We're just making you draw all sorts of weird snakes.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Spear snakes are good.
How do snack?
How do snack indeed?
This is just a big old Komodo dragon lizard thing going on right here. How do eyes? How do anything? How? Nature, just how? Can you stop? Can you just stop and instead explain how?
Stop and explain, please.
No. nature.
I mean, to be fair, this isn't from nature. This is from a fantasy game, so...
I haven't even gotten to the fantasy bit yet. I'm just trying to draw a snake.
I mean, most snakes don't have eyebrows.
I'm a Google
No,
now.
but they do have eye ridges.
Yeah, but not eyebrows. Definitely not ones like that.
Dark.
That's just me as a snake.
I found a snake with an eyebrow.
Just one.
Just one eyebrow.
And it's actually weirdly close to your drawing.
It's a monobrow stricter. That doesn't make sense. That's not a joke. Ignore me. Okay, basic shape of a body. How do I turn this into spears?
Thing.
Right. Okay. So
Pangolin.
let's
Draw a bunch of orbs.
A bunch of what? Sorry.
Just draw a bunch of orbs.
Orbs.
Circles all the way down.
Orbs.
Yeah, sphere, as in circular.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense than spear, which is what I was hearing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That might have been what you were confused about.
Okay, that makes... I'm so much happier. Right, cool. Oh, so it's like Joe and Mac. Anyone ever play that game? Where the dinosaurs had, like, realistic heads, but then their bodies were just spheres.
No.
And then when they
I
died,
don't think so, no.
spheres just sort of fell down. And there was also a mammoth in the game, and when you did enough damage to it, its trunk fell off. And that was very unsettling.
Oh no.
It did not seem
Oh,
happy
dear.
about that.
Oh my god. It's moose antlers.
Sorry, Mo. Oh, there's an angry snake.
Angy boy.
A little nose.
Mm-hmm.
It's got jowls for some reason. Don't worry about that.
It's such a good nose. You can just like hear it going puffing, huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
Not working
That's
very
definitely a snoot that looks very boopable.
Yes.
well. Be very careful to actually boop the snoot, otherwise you may end up drawing blood. Because there's a lot of other spiky things going on here.
Probably don't boop snake snoots.
Yeah. So this.
well, considering it's a big snake.
This weird headpiece thing now doesn't make an awful lot of sense. Now that it's not to do with spears.
You got an idea, you have to go with it.
I tried my best with what I was given. Unfortunately, I didn't read the question. But I can get marks for working out, right?
A for effort.
Oh god, now I've got to draw circles. This is a poison chalice.
First
Yeah, you don't have to
spears,
figure out
then
how to get a
circles.
spear in there, but now you do have to draw circles.
What is this curse you have wrought upon me?
You have stressed
The
the
curse
past.
of the great viper dragon.
Keep also
Curse of the great
accidentally
viper. That's what it is.
rotating this. Let's find the bits where it's going to be on the front.
Dove snake. Some hard work with the orbs.
Orb. I can't draw circles. It's fine. Do not concern yourself with my inability to circle.
To Cirque du Soleil.
I mean, circles are pretty hard. That's why we typically have circle tools to do that instead.
Do not concern yourself.
It almost sounded like he said, "Do not judge my ability to circle."
To suck. Do not judge me by my short circumference.
I had to decide if I wanted to laugh or not.
That's the best I can expect from my jokes. Particularly maths ones. This is not entertaining.
Yeah, that is. Those sure are some eyebrows, miss.
No!
Sorry, eyelashes, I should say.
Oh, look at that! Look at it! It's looking fabulous. Wonderful.
Chris, I think you're drawing a children's toy.
Maybe.
Like you put this, it's like one of those like worm on strings, but instead it's a snake with eyebrow on the string.
It didn't sell as well.
Look too angry.
Or like a dog's squeaky toy or something like that. I've seen something similar to this, where it's got like a squeaker in each of the little circles.
Let's avoid tangents. That's classical geometry.
You have designed my dog's new toy.
I guess I should call them chords. Maths jokes.
That's why I didn't get it.
That's also not what a chord is. I think it's just a tangent. Anyway, a chord is. Hang on, isn't a chord like? No, I'm not even going to go in there. It's not what the chord's like. It's going like this and.
I mean, a chord is just a line that connects 2 points of a circle.
Yeah, I was going to say the chord's like the radius there, and then it goes on like that, just sort of a rectangle, and that's a chord. Anyway,
it's not math stream.
Not math stream. Shut up, me. Okay, so ball snack. Should probably have done the construction on a different layer.
Yep.
Don't worry about it.
You're not doing a finished illustration.
You say that. I am shading.
Yeah.
You always do this.
I always do this to myself.
Nobody
the rest
is
of us are just
saying
doodling
you have
things.
to do this. Nobody else is doing shading.
No, look, this isn't made out of circles, is it? It's made out of spheres. I have to imply three-dimensionality here.
It was already implied by the snake going in front of itself.
It could just be overlapping circles. Although actually sphere could refer to...
You're being called out.
multiple dimensions. What's it with who, how, what, where?
You're
Something
being
in each of the
called out
circles makes
by
you think.
Chibi.
Oh right, okay. Sorry, I thought it was in chat. Oh, I'm always getting called out by Chibi. That's just the natural order of things.
That's a
If I
good
don't
snake.
call Chris out
miss.
for making more work for himself, then something is severely wrong.
Something is amiss.
Who's also calling you out?
Yeah, I was going to say, by which I mean Miss is doing it instead. Close enough. This is ball snack. What was it called? Great Viper.
Yes.
Ooh,
It's now ball snack.
ball snack. Yeah, let's get this in somewhere that it can. Oh, not there. Not there. Stop it, you. Stop it. Did I tell you to do that? No. Shush. There. I have the best setup. There we go. Ball snack. It's a bit more colourful than mine. They actually had the patterns on the balls, but
It's a fun one.
You're not coloring yours. You're not doing that to yourself this stream.
I mean,
No.
fine. It's gonna ruin all my fun. I'll just get on with our post-apocalyptic Dennis the Menace. It's a nice design, though. I like it.
Dennis the Menace fighting great vipers.
I mean, why not? You can take this out with a slingshot, right?
I mean, you
And
might be able
balls snack.
to, but the recommendation is to use wind magic.
Oh, whoopee
Mark, I
cushion.
love your notes.
So far you started on Remnant Notes, and so far all you have is Ford, do something. That's, yeah. On Wednesday, we're doing a Remnant Falls AU, trying to make any sense of the story, mainly Ford. Yeah, I'm gonna have to brush up on that.
Just the return of the Dark Ships Nymphs podcast.
Absolutely, yeah. There will be many big, cute boys.
Yes.
Righty-ho. Fantastic. More draws have occurred. So Ragdoll.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I've got to get something for you.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
I definitely planned for this. Let's
Obviously.
go.
It's your rotor.
I know what I'm doing. It's fine. On the plus side, I've now moved everything around, which means that the microphone is no longer above the mouse, so you can't hear how many times I click random article. Fantastic. Excellent. You have plug.
Okay.
Plug.
So I'm just,
Oh,
I'm
you-
just imagining like
You need more than
like
that?
a person. Yeah. Because I'm just imagining it's like you've got some pipe and then there's just like a cork
I mean, kinda.
shoved in it.
Kinda. Plug, or apparently his full name is Percival Proudfoot Plugsley, is in the Bash Street Kids, which is one of the comics in the Beano. Who has, as the wiki says, whose trademark is his horrifying face.
Oh god.
Which consists of a large overbite, 2 buck teeth, and a wide nose. Not to mention Shrek ears. I guess it's the best way of saying that. You know what? You know what I said? British comics are a bit too lumpy. This character is all lump, and that's
Remember
why I
those
was.
elbow lumps?
Remember those elbow
What's
lumps,
with you guys and lumps?
but put them on
Why
the
do you
face.
like lumps so much?
And
Yeah, even his hat. His hat is lumpy. How do you do that? It's wearing like a beanie, but it looks like a deflated balloon.
Oh, like Ed and Eddie.
Even lumpier. Like Ed and Eddie
Oh.
deliberately goes for that style, and somehow it's not as bad as this.
Impressive.
okay, so there's the buck teeth.
I'm so pleased I got this character because it's like the most quintessential, off-putting looking character in the comic.
And you said Shrek ears, so that's these weird looking things.
He has won every Beano Town face-pulling contest, even though he doesn't even sign up. There you go. However, he has.
So he
And
just
what did you
pulls
say was going
faces.
on with his nose?
It's quite short actually. Quite sort of short, sort of. Almost looks like a bow tie in a weird way. Definitely sort of porcine. Is that a word?
You said
What?
wide, right?
Yeah, quite wide. It's almost as wide as his eyes, but his eyes are also quite close together.
Oh, fun. What?
Just go for it. Put it this way: it's like how can kind of almost a bit like Goofy.
Do
Like
you
when I
know what Goofy
Here I
is?
was trying to give him a
Yes.
semi-sensible nose, and it's like,
When I say he has a
No.
large overbite, I mean he has a large overbite.
Oh, he has a snoot.
Pretty much.
Question.
Only
Is
one?
this character human?
It says species human, so yes.
Are
also-
you sure?
He's also only 10, apparently.
Oh, this
Aw.
poor child.
Poor child.
So sad. The most horrifying face, and he's 10.
I mean, to be fair, he believes himself to be beautiful. So,
Oh, that's nice.
that's nice.
Good for you.
Don't believe the
Body
haters.
positivity. We love it.
No clicking ASMR, subscribed and then angrily unsubscribed. I think that still gives me a month of money, so that's probably not a good idea. Oh, it's a cap? Oh. Is that supposed to be a cap? What happened to it?
I mean, cats are hard to draw.
No, you don't understand. This looks like a thinking bubble, like thought bubble. It's just like. Anyway.
I am so curious
Me
to
too.
what this child looks like. Because I
I
can't
sort of
visualize
don't want
it
to
at
know.
all.
I like
Because
Shrek's
this
cousin.
sounds
Here.
horrifying.
It doesn't sound like a person, is the thing.
But that's fair.
It sounds like it could be ugly cute.
You're half right.
Oh, so ugly. Just ugly.
Just the ugliness. We can make it if we try.
That didn't work.
No, it didn't. But I can make it if I try. Got one laugh. I consider that a success. It doesn't matter that it was
Usually
at,
if you're making like
it doesn't matter that it was at me.
stereotypically ugly children, they're rotund, which is unfortunate, but
This character is very lanky.
Oh.
oh well then.
You were pretty close with the pipe, to be honest.
Oh no, it's another. What's this guy's
Well,
neck?
select the pipe and move it
Yeah.
under where his neck should be.
I was going to say this looks like a double act. It's pipe and plug. Is that his brain? I mean, if you
That's my attempt at trying to draw a lumpy hat.
It looks
So
like
lumpy.
a thinking cloud.
is it out? Hang on, I need to look up double D. I need to look up to see if
It's literally the pipe.
you know, it is lumpier than double D's hat.
You're gonna
Very
do with
happy you
that.
took my suggestion.
It's yeah.
Is
Oh,
that an arm?
fix up the pipe a little bit so it goes more into his body.
You gotta put a few more taps on the pipe.
So he's an amputee as well. And you put a cork in it. Oh no, that's just part of the neck then.
that's just jutting out.
That's why they call him Cork, because he has a cork.
It's plug close.
Plug.
Plug.
There we go.
It's why they call him plug. Because yeah,
They probably also call him
has
cork.
a neck plug.
They call him a lot of things, I imagine.
So it's a very unexpected Ragdoll.
It's like if Shrek and Chucky from Rugrats had a kid. I mean, it's like
And an accident.
Shrek and Chucky from Child's Play. Was it Child's
I
Play?
mean, the actual design can't be better than this.
This is.
I mean, are you
doesn't
sure?
have
'Cause this is
neck
just
plug. I'll be very disappointed.
I mean, I think we've already done the Courage
because this is a mess.
the Cowardly Dog wiki. This looks like something from Courage.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know whether to love or hate the implication that there is just like a hole in his neck that something comes out of that needs to be plugged up.
You don't want to know what's being held back.
Yes. What is
He's
stored
actually a
in the
twin.
neck that has to be plugged up?
Secrets.
See, it's rude to ask about people's neck plugs.
Fair enough.
Okay, well, this is a horrifying visage on humanity.
Cool.
Is this more or less horrifying than the actual picture?
Let's
I'm
find
guessing
out.
that'll be up for discussion. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
God. What the F is that hat?
This is one
Why
of the
does
things
he have ear stalks?
Shrek is like.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, at first you're like, okay, and then the more you look at each individual part, you're like, why?
He did put a
I'm sorry,
giant
but
balloon on
one
his
of the
head.
first things I noticed besides the ear stalks is like in like his arm that's coming towards him, in like the crease of his elbow, it's white and not blue.
Yeah, I saw that. They cropped it out wrong.
That's very annoying.
Maybe that's what he's holding back in his neck
You
plug. It's
weren't-
the void.
You weren't kidding about that overbite.
That's an overbite. Again, didn't
That is
notice
a
it till
goofy.
now.
His like lower half of his mouth, like it looks like he has like the implied thing of like not having any teeth.
Yeah.
Like in cartoons, they have like old people and that don't have any teeth. They do these like lines to
Yeah.
imply that.
Oh, he sucked on a lemon, but the
Yeah.
overbite is too big.
He's constantly tasting sour. That's...
So it just looks like he has like a slightly but not completely inflated balloon on his head.
Yep.
I want to see if there's...
What a weird.
I mean,
character.
mine looks more like a hat than his does, and that's saying something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because mine also just looks like his brains are exposed.
I mean, I thought you were overdoing it with the lumps, but
No? More lumps. I will say, I typed in Beano plug for try and find more pictures, and I think the picture I sent you is probably the cleanest.
Also, his back arm is completely broken.
Yeah, that's disjointed.
There's
Like
some...
the shoulder goes in like it should be going back, but then the elbows go straight up. Then it goes straight down.
That's a classic comic art style there.
Yeah, you
I mean, that
can
doesn't mean it's good.
No.
you can do some MC Escher stuff with that elbow. You can make an impossible waterfall. Why not?
you said it was supposed to be a cap. That
Yeah,
thing.
I kind of see it almost, but it really does look like a deflated balloon that's
No.
just been swapped over his head.
It's a
don't
wrinkly
see it.
backwards cap.
The only thing I could say
think
is
I can sort of see where the cap is coming from, but they did something really weird with the brim.
Oh,
Dark's finding more crimes.
in that one I can see the cap more,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I still hate it.
And it's still got the same underbite, like overbite thing where the chin is all like messed up. Oh, Jesus.
God,
this
I
is
hate him.
This is everything I dislike about the British comic aesthetic.
Yeah. Just purposefully ugly.
Hmm.
Not,
It's adult
like-
cartoons.
It's like
The... Hey.
Yes, please.
Okay.
we can,
Dark.
All right, time to Google how to kick a
We
mod
need to
out
call
of
an
Discord.
intervention.
oh yeah, he is a mod, isn't he? Oh damn. That's that plan out the window then. You're in the server. Oh no. That's
Still consider this an intervention.
Right, well. That happened.
Okay, yeah, no
Yeah.
more of that.
That was an occurrence.
That's upsetting.
Let's move on
Like,
from
the
that.
only thing I can think of, especially with those headshots, is it looks like it's supposed to be a racist caricature, but I don't know of what.
Yeah.
Of
The British.
pig human hybrids? Gammon, that makes sense. That works. There's some politics for you. Anyway. Who's drawing now? I've lost track.
You're
Chibi,
the
I
one
think.
with the rotor.
Yeah. And? Chibi.
He got very distracted by bad comic characters.
I'm trying to kick Dark out of the server. Chibi.
Yes.
Would you like to draw something from the Mana series?
Sure.
Okay, Chibi, same question. Would you like a monster or a character?
Let's do a monster.
More
Why not?
balls.
All right, we'll see if we get you a furry.
Yeah.
That's not right.
No, it
Yes, I
is.
should have
It
expected
is
that.
showing.
We got like no pictures.
No, they're over here. So you get gas funk.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So you get the dark funk, which is a weird gaseous cloud thing. Related enemies, Buster Gas. It's an enemy in the Secret of Mana series, which is the one they recently remade.
More lumpies.
Yeah, it's very lumpy. It's a cloud of dark gas with a face.
An angry face, and
Okay.
then it's got little swirly things in its cheeks.
Okay. Get gas with a face. Okay, I think I know what I'm drawing.
It's a Pokemon.
It's appropriate because Dark is in a funk at the moment, so. Has Ragdoll
Yeah,
given
Dark
Chiba
Phoenix
sentient
draw
fart
line.
cloud?
I mean, it might be a sentient fart cloud. I don't know. It is, however, immune to physical attacks, so trying to punch the dark funk will not work.
That's
I know what I'm drawing.
that's just some general. That's general life philosophy, I think. Trying to punch
I
the
know
dark funk
exactly
won't
what
work.
I'm drawing. I've drawn.
Its
I've
weakness
drawn
is
this.
It evolves into Haunter.
yeah. There's another type of monster in the same category called La Funk, as an LA and then funk.
LA Funk.
La Funk.
Yeah, that's
La
just
Funk.
a music type. You're just drawing Ghastly now.
Does
Yeah,
that
this
go
is
with?
a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Does that go with Le Freak? C'est chic. Dark Funk.
I knew exactly what I was drawing. You described ghastly.
Just give it cheek swirlies.
Just like,
So-
dude.
Yeah, she's getting there.
Yeah. Ghastly is happy you're drawing them.
There.
They look a little bit like an egg.
Listen.
And I know what you're like with
Draw
eggs.
perfect ghastly from memory.
I'm just saying, your name at the moment is Agent Egg. So,
It's a
I mean, it is pretty good though.
yeah, it is good.
It's a very nice guess.
Yeah. Dark
Anyway,
Funk the Ghastly.
Was there something else about that description that I missed? I think it was just ghastly, right?
The cheek swirlies.
It's got some
Oh,
swirlies
right.
around its design.
Just around it, not on it. Ooh. Oh, now
it
it's...
just looked like a mustache.
It doesn't have room for cheekies.
My first thought was Jigsaw. But
Oh,
I can see the moustache. I can see what's going on there.
Yeah.
But a sort of Dick Dastardly.
Oh, that's good.
Was it Laugh?
This is a ghastly that ties trainers onto railroad tracks.
Yeah. Is it La Funk or Le Funk?
Le Funk.
Le Funk.
We're not doing Le Funk, we're doing Dark Funk.
Yeah. It's a ghastly with a mustache.
Mustache.
Well done.
That might be the quickest drawing I've ever done. Let's
Wonderful.
move on.
Chibi really doesn't want to overrun today.
All right,
Oh.
there it is. There's Dark Funk.
It's Adventure Time, Ghastly.
Me. These two look like they get up to some right mischief.
They're getting up to some
They're
glob.
friends.
Partners in crime. Gas crime.
Is that supposed to
and
be
it's hard to
eyebrows?
catch them because if you punch them, You just go right through.
Yeah, exactly.
Immune to physical attacks.
Gas, ghost type, just can't hit them.
Can't touch this.
Thinking it.
I'm pretty proud of myself for just busting out a ghastly.
Yeah.
That sounds like a euphemism. Open a window.
How dare you?
Right, wonderful. That was. You definitely get points for speed there. That's gonna.
That goes straight into the Duckworth-Lewis algorithm or
Yep.
whatever you said.
The Duckworth-Lewis method, yeah. Fantastic, right? Excellent, good things. Christi,
Yes.
you can draw a chip thing.
Yeah.
A ranger.
We'll see.
Is it ranger?
Yeah, ranger. Yeah. Christi, you get the main character of the series, apparently.
Gasp.
Yes,
The gasp.
his name is Will Treeby. At the beginning of the series, he's a 15-year-old boy who gets chosen to be trained as a ranger.
Of course.
Which is like a archer slash spy slash whatever. They deal with a lot. He
Is it like the Lord of the Rings Ranger?
Kind of, I don't know. One of Will's main identifying features is that he is very short. Yes. And he is generally like like very like friendly and harmless looking. Even though he's not, because he's like a professional archer. Basically. And a little fun fact, in like the 10th book, where they all go to this world's version of Japan, they get little nicknames. And Will gets the nickname of Butterfly because his mind is so quick to jump from one conclusion to the other. So it just flutters around like a butterfly.
But does he sting like a bee?
Yes, that is actually a joke they make. Because immediately after like someone, one of the villain of that book, because he has been referred to as Chocho this entire time, which is like the Japanese version of that, or fantasy Japanese version of that. So then the main villain is like, "You're a butterfly. Why am I supposed to take you seriously?" And then, like 5 minutes after, Will kills him. So you know.
Yes, you do. And yes,
yeah,
I am looking at a reference.
That's very fair. I would not be able to bust out an archery pose just like. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair though, a lot of what people think of as archery poses aren't. They don't quite work.
I love how the stream just says "Will?" ?
Yeah, I at first I missed the name, and then I heard you say Will, so I'm like, that'll do.
It's Will Treaty, but usually is just referred to as Will because he only gets his surname in like the fourth book, I think. Before that, he doesn't have a surname.
Cool. I've written Will TBA.
They don't say or he doesn't have it.
He doesn't have one because he was like when he was a baby who was put down at the local orphanage with just a note with his like first name Will. Because the person who put him there didn't know his surname.
Maybe that's just like a really vague prophecy. So usually a prophecy is like, oh, this person will change the world, and this one's just like, will.
Will. Something.
We'll leave it up to them, really.
Yeah. Dark, for your information, Will is the protagonist of the Ranger's Apprentice series by John Flanagan.
Oh, yeah, I also screwed up the name of the series. Great.
It's fine.
I'm a good host.
Listen, I don't speak clearly always. What?
I wish you'd give us an example of that. I certainly can't make fun.
That was very unlucky timing on my part.
It was perfect.
No, I don't want Phoebe that dark. That's something you made up.
I haven't drawn them yet, don't kill them.
This is very much an action pose, and I like it.
Yeah, it's so good.
Thanks.
I'll save the Minotaur Ranger for a different campaign. Now you just have to make another campaign. But yeah, I really like this series. I think I believe there's actually like a little story about why, because a lot of the two of the main characters' defining features is that they are short, which I believe is because the author initially, like as with many fantasy stories go, he wrote them for his son, who was on the shorter side and wanted to be an action hero, but all action heroes are like tough and strong and like tall and manly and whatever.
I was gonna say, I wonder why you like this series.
So he made a protagonist who was like short and relied on speed and archery, which is like just like direct hand-to-hand combat and stuff, like someone who sneaks around and is better at that kind of stuff. Which is
also
I love that.
Yeah, the Percy Jackson series also started with that because if I remember correctly, the writer he was telling stories to his one of his kids who was really into Greek mythology and was like dyslexic and had a few other things, so he's just kind of like, we're going to make a Greek mythology story about a kid who's got some of the same weird mental quirks that you do, and he's the hero.
That's awesome.
I just love to hear those kinds of stories. It's like really just so endearing to me. Whenever an author is just not really just like, they never intended to really he never intended to like really become an author. Like that just came after they already made a story for their child.
It's wholesome AF.
Sorry, I just vaguely remembered that Lewis Carroll came up with some of the original ideas for the Alice in Wonderland stories from telling stories to, I don't know if it was his daughter or his niece or something. And I'm just wondering.
I think it was just a friend of the family.
Oh, right, okay. And
I don't think they were related at all. I think it was just a
Wait, he was the friend of the family, so they were just kind of like out on a picnic or something.
Yeah, it was a daughter of a friend of his.
I just want to know.
It was 2 daughters.
I want to know what property did that kid have that influenced that story.
Yeah, there is that.
Oh, you have vivid abstract hallucinations. Let's weave that into the story.
I mean, make believe.
Yeah. I mean, they're basically just a series of short interactions, sort of dreamlike, woven together, vaguely mathematical.
The thing is that with Alice in Wonderland, it's kind of like it starts off nonsensical, and then the further you get in, the more nonsensical and adult it gets. And I've heard one analysis that says that that's really what a lot of the characters she meets up with as you get into the later parts. It's because she starts off with a lot of animals, and then she ends up with a lot of weird people. And one analysis I've heard is that it's just kind of a child trying to navigate an adult world over here, and how a lot of things just don't make sense.
See, that feels a lot more thought out than my idea, which is he had a lot of kids' ideas, and then as he was writing, he ran out and started having to write something else. It's just like, people, I guess.
And then it turned political.
Perhaps the child was just tripping. That is a good point. Perhaps their picnic did involve opium.
I mean,
not unheard of at the time.
Maybe.
Good old opium scones.
Of course, Lewis Carroll himself was a brilliant mathematician during his day job. So Lewis Carroll isn't even his real name. It's like Charles Dobbs, I think. And so he wrote a lot of math books before he wrote Alice in Wonderland. So he chose a pseudonym.
Yeah, the pen name.
Yeah, it's like a pen name to go write Alice in Wonderland because he thought, and it's understandable because people do that nowadays too. Is he thought that if people realized that he was the one writing these children's books, that they wouldn't take his academic work seriously.
Yeah.
Aww.
There is the apocryphal story, I don't know if it's true, hence the word apocryphal, of Queen Victoria really, really liking Alice in Wonderland and saying, oh, you must give me an advance copy of your new book. And his new book was just maths. So she was very disappointed.
Well, I mean, it's also a fantastical work of writing where you're sitting here wondering if everyone's on opium.
Oh,
True,
no, what
true.
did I do this time?
I mean, to be fair, I have heard that he was quite a sort of traditionalist in the mathematical world. So a lot of there's an argument that some of the more absurd ideas in the stories are to do with sort of modern mathematical ideas like hyperbolic geometry and things like that, with which he was not a fan of. So he's like, oh, look at this absurd world where things grow and shrink depending on where they are, and so on and so forth. So that's a theory.
Was going to give him bootcut jeans and some wrist straps and stuff, but I messed up the screen again, and I can't access any tools.
Oh no.
So I guess I'm done for now.
This is a very good picture.
Thank you.
I really like this, Christy.
This is great.
Thank you.
It makes me very happy.
Mrs. banging the math symbols. That's
Oh,
fair.
now I made it completely disappear. Oh, great.
Oh no.
Can you reload?
Yeah, it doesn't do anything this time.
No, no.
Oh no.
Close it and come back.
Yeah, I'll do that.
We also need to figure out how to turn her layer off, I guess.
I think we can do
yeah.
it manually.
Because I don't have any control of that, but you might, Chris.
I think because I'm the one who set up the thing. I'm the drawing admin. There are two.
There are
also
now two Christies.
yeah. There are two Christies.
Two owls.
How many? Two.
Two.
Technical
One's
difficulty.
a cow now.
Please stand by.
And sign out.
To moo. One of them's anonymous.
Yeah, I signed out hoping it would sign both of me out.
And anonymity is only really works if we don't have your name next to it. Like it's not too useful really.
Agio on an iPad is interesting.
We're back to two owls. We can barely see it on screen, but you can see me hover over the names up here. We got two Christies again, so that's fun. So it thinks you're still in a.
I'm so sorry I can't reactivate or hide my layer.
Oh no, I can do that. Yeah, I can do it. Well, actually, no, that's just for me, isn't it? There.
Yes, it's gone.
Yeah, so I can do that.
We need a picture.
Yeah, so where's the thingamabob? Is there a picture? I guess it's the protagonist of the series. There probably should be. I think I also now own this layer, so I drew this.
You got a new art style.
Yes,
I made this.
it's very good. If I do say so myself. In a weird situation where I'm caught between pretending to compliment myself and complimenting a friend. Yeah, do we have
Chibi?
Chibi? Chibi has vanished.
Uh-oh.
We have many problems.
Chibi has returned.
Yep.
Hi.
Hi.
I had some technical difficulties as well. I couldn't hear anyone.
Oh no.
That's okay. We also have some technical difficulties.
Everyone has technical difficulties. Welcome to the stream.
Ignore Miss in chat saying that I'm an art thief. So yeah, do we have a picture of Will? Will TBA?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think in the picture he's a little bit older than 15, but you know. It's on the cover art of the book. On one of the books. I don't know which one off the top.
I'll stop doing
Ooh.
moody.
Yeah, he looks
Fancy
very
Ranger boy.
moody for someone who is like pretty cheerful in most of the series.
You were supposed to be the chosen one.
Oh, that's covered.
Ooh,
Yeah,
edgy
cover art is
dude.
sometimes a little questionable.
It's got to
Also,
hook you
I
in.
thought this was like this world. He looks medieval.
Yes. I did not clarify that. I published that. It's like
He could just really
6th
like.
century medieval
Oh.
times. Semi-fantasy world, but not really.
This dude got a hold of the
I
world's
mean-
first jeans.
Yes.
I would also believe that it's just like with Legsy and the Drawfee's D&D thing, where it's just kind of like everyone else is like semi-modern and Legsy just keeps getting more fantasy.
Yeah.
You know, we have the advantage. People in the 6th century do not have the advantage of dressing like we do, but we have the advantage of being able to dress like them. So we have the full range. We're allowed to dress like 6th century rangers.
What it's like at when people try to period piece costume for the 90s nowadays with like the overalls and the like polka dot and striped shirts and
Oh, I think I know what she's talking about.
yeah, it's like and your roller skates and your
Making something now that's supposedly set in like the 80s or 90s, and it's like, oh, we need to have 80s or 90s fashions, and then everyone who lived in that time is just kind of like,
80s fashion was weird.
yeah, a little bit.
I mean, it was obviously mostly normal. It was mostly like what we wear now, but when people were trying to, you know, Lady Gaga's pretty close. We're gonna look back at Lady Gaga in the same way that we look back on the 80s.
Basement.
Sorry, what? I just heard the word basement.
I said love and amazement.
Oh, right, okay. Not basement, then. Meat suits? Oh, I forgot about that. That's probably happened in the 80s. Well, they're probably not deliberately. Cool. I'm drawing, apparently. I'm drawing a Scoob.
Oh, I can be useful. Okay.
Always.
You got the Creeper from Scooby-Doo. Where are you?
The Creeper.
The Creeper. From the episode Jeepers, it's a Creeper. The Creeper was the disguise of Mr. Carswell, a bank president. The Creeper was a costume resembling a green-skinned phantom/zombie with a hunchback posture, dark red hair, yellow eyes glare, and a somewhat lopsided face with prominent cheekbones and a long jawbone. This is very descriptive.
So it's both a phantom. It's both a phantom and a zombie.
I mean, maybe he couldn't decide. And he has a trench coat.
That is wonderful news. Because that covers up a lot of details.
Yes. Just draw a trench coat. Don't worry about the body.
Good that I'm not drawing this one, or I would have drawn a Ghastly and just a Minecraft creeper.
Great.
Yeah, that definitely looks hunched over.
He's going blah.
Oh, he's a vampire now as well.
That's the pose anyway.
It was beast-like, wasn't it? Can't remember the exact details. There are a lot of things in there. There was a phantom and a something.
Phantom and a zombie.
Oop. No, the classic Fombi.
Yes, a Fombi.
Zombie. Zombie. Sounds like a children's like candy. Like made out of like gummies or something.
I just love a bag of Fombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the Fombies, like I used to like them. I think they changed the recipe.
Vampire zombie just makes me think of these things.
Oh, there's that.
It's like,
No, but this wasn't a vampire zombie. This was a phantom zombie. So different.
Zombies birthed Furbies.
That's a cursed sentence.
Just
Oh
love
my
the
god, there's a disabled
implication
touch
that
setting.
this guy had a child and it was a Furby.
Sorry, I think I missed a couple of hours of this conversation. What?
Don't
Zombies
worry,
versus
you
Furbies.
you are better off for having missed it.
Let me give him a hat.
It's not that hard, Chris.
It's not the difficulty, it's the absurdity.
It's a neat
Adult
design.
Teletubbies. What are adult
Miss,
Teletubbies?
that is now 2 cursed sentences you've written in the chat.
You're on a roll today. Keep it up.
The elder Tubbies. What?
Albert.
Remember that
Why-
Teletubbies horror game?
Who wrote these? H.P. Lovecraft.
The elder Tubbies, whose name you cannot pronounce. Human ears are not fit to hear them. Or you will go mad.
With custard!
With custard. Drink deep of the tubby custard.
I mean, the Teletubbies apparently got vaccinated, so that's a thing.
Yeah. They did.
Oh my god, I have my things back. Yes. I
Yay!
can draw. And
Yay!
I ruined the zoom somehow, but I can draw. I'm sorry, I just, I'm having a battle over here.
Yeah, technical difficulties happen. Even with stuff where you've used it a lot, an update will happen and then everything breaks. I like this face, Chris.
What am I
Miss,
looking at?
Why?
What?
It's a good creeper.
Hey, miss, what kind of Dark Souls shit is this?
Never thought I'd heard that sentence said about the Teletubbies, but
Oh. Though.
I think for once Miss needs to put a coin in the Souls jar.
I mean, the
I-
second one is going to haunt me in my dreams.
I should put this on screen. Should I put this on screen? I'm gonna put it on screen. This is it's on screen. Did Oobs draw this?
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
I
gel
can see that.
scribbles.
Feels like
Oh, now I can't unsee it. Oops, definitely drew this.
there's not enough cool anatomy going on, but it could have been.
Too much lump. Oh god.
Oh, there's more. Fantastic.
Oh.
No. Why?
Like, if this wasn't associated with the Teletubbies, that wouldn't be a terrible design. That's pretty cool.
I was
I'm gonna
See,
say a
digital.
weird sentence, but it's like a don't starve creature got drawn by the people who made Dark Souls. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, if on our next playthrough of Don't Starve, this wrecks the base, I'm just gonna stop playing. Like,
Yep.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's about the point where you just kind of go, right, so is there just like a mode with no monsters in it? Can we just do what we have in Minecraft, where it's just creative mode? That way we don't have to deal with these shenanigans.
no, something like that. Even if you turn off monsters, it'll still come after you.
Yeah, it's an SCP.
And it'll scare the shit out of you. Because you thought you turned it off.
I mean, I'm sure the Teletubbies are an SCP. Like, legitimately, somebody has made an article about them being an SCP. And it's like,
I would love that.
It's better for them to be on TV, because if they're not on TV, you know, the havoc they would wreak.
Stood in the streets.
Just children's brains would explode because they're not on TV. We need to give them a show so that they calm down.
I mean, there was an episode of Angel, the spin-off from Buffy, where there were demons using a TV program to steal life force from children, so...
Comes back to Buffy.
It's the same one.
Oh, that is?
Yep. They were demons in the form of Muppets. And yes, Angel got turned into a Muppet.
Yay!
Oh my god, I have to see that. That's probably the episode to start watching Buffy with.
It's annoying when you're too impatient to follow a line you've already done, but it's better than all the lines you're trying to draw instead.
It's a very good one, though.
I love this drawing.
Episode of Angel where they made a direct Count of Monte Cristo reference. But then the ghost that they ended up freeing from the wall actually kind of became a companion for a little bit. I mean, you couldn't see it. That was the funny thing, is like, for all the other supernatural stuff around here, we have a ghost, but ghost actually just kind of messes with things, and it's totally invisible to everybody, but they know it's there.
Well, that makes it easier on everyone to move around.
Saves on casting.
Don't have to create.
But yeah, I think one of his companions, I think it was Cordelia, was going to buy this house, and then it turned out that it was haunted. But not only is it haunted, but it's because this old lady actually got the casket of and she sealed her. It's like she buried her son in the wall, basically.
Fun.
Yeah, so they
Is that a real creeper, Christi?
and we saw the skeleton tied up, and then it's like it tied up in the room that had been sealed off, and it came out and strangled the old lady, I guess, and then it's like, so now what? It's like, well, I guess we have a new friend. So
Yep, that's the natural conclusion.
I mean, she
creeper.
still had Cordelia still had the house, so now she's just got a roommate.
Yeah, no, Mrs. Wright, that's just a guy with, like, really unfortunate skin issues.
This is a guy who's like, wait, what monster was I supposed to turn up as? What? Creeper? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, he's just going,
Huh? They said to be on set,
I see the zombie. I don't see the phantom.
Well, that's good, because
Yeah,
And
Like,
the
it's supposed to be
zombie is also barely there.
in my
I
picture,
would say a knockoff Frankenstein's monster.
it makes sense, because in my picture you can see the phantom but not the zombie. So, together.
They're a good team.
They make a whole creeper.
The truth about creepers revealed.
By their powers combined, squish them together.
Whether
Oh
they
my
want
god.
to or not.
Is
I
is
found
the
a good
zombie
image.
just going? What's happening there?
It's going...
But we also have the white square again.
Oh, what? That's some very bad posture.
Oh yeah, we got the white void that they forgot to clip out again.
Yep.
Well,
got
and it's
two.
also all pixelated around the edges.
Yeah.
Because when they tried to make it transparent, it didn't.
You need to increase or decrease the sensitivity so that it gets more than just pure white. Oh, you know, it's got a black outline.
Yeah,
Just turn it
Mistress
black.
got the joke.
Because it's a creeper, yeah.
Be creeping.
Creepers be creeping. I think that's what a creeper face looks like, right?
Probably.
Probably. And now it's gone. Well, there we go. Cool. Are we? Is it the four thing now?
I think it's the fourth thing.
We've all drawn twice.
Yes.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Scooby Dooby Doo. Where are you?
For a moment, I was like, what was my second drawing? And then I remembered I just drew Ghastly.
Ghastly, yeah.
It's a quick one.
Right, cool. So, as is always the case, we never deter. Deter? That's not the word I'm looking for. What's the word I'm looking for? Doesn't matter. What is it? That's annoying. This wouldn't be a wiki stream without me not knowing what something is. We give prompts to the people we haven't already given prompts to, and that's usually a straight swap. So in this case, it's Chibi and me, and Ragdoll and Christi.
Yep. Okay, so I guess I'll go first. Christi, do you want a character or a monster?
Ooh, monster, please.
All right.
I love the monsters.
Everybody loves the monsters.
Next time, all
Monster mash.
characters. Now you can use the wiki twice.
I guess so. They're different randoms.
Okay. You get. And we'll do Kettlekin. Okay, so you get Kettlekin, who is also Secret of Mana. I'm getting so many Secret of Mana characters in here. Kettlekin is a. Let's see, is there a written description of it? No, so I'm just gonna have to describe it. So Kettlekin is a robot type monster, little squirt dude, wearing a horned helmet and wielding 2 hammers.
Wielding 2 hammers. Got it.
Yes. Just a squirt little robot. Well, I don't know if he's little, but he's definitely squirt. Squat.
Good enough for me. Wanna get your ones, Ragdoll?
Yes.
You have green globs. The green globs were the disguises of Sterling Smith and Mr. Crink.
Oh, spoilers.
So it's 2, but they look the same, so you can just draw 1. But it's a green glob.
All right, so I'm gonna have to change colors. Good to know. Because doing a red-green glob will be it's a colorblind green glob. It's all red instead.
It's a color swap. They did the palette swap as the more powerful version.
They looked like human-shaped blobs of green candy with white eyes.
Green
and
candy.
They float in midair. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm drawing candy blobs. Good to know.
Candy blob. Chib.
Yes.
Chib. You have
What do I have?
You have the female counterpart to Dennis the Menace. You have Minnie the Minx.
Okay.
She is.
That doesn't sound like a good descriptor for a small child.
I think the word minx probably meant something different in the 50s. But yeah, she's basically kind of a female Dennis the Menace, I guess. She's
okay.
Playful. She's a tomboy. She wears I suppose the most prominent feature is she does have wears a black beret with a red fur ball on top of it.
Okay.
For reasons. I don't know if she's Scottish. Miss might be able to help with that. Yeah, she wears like a red and black striped jumper, black skirt, knobbly knees. Has sort of shoulder length hair with sort of bows at the bottom of it.
Okay.
And she has a cat called Chester. Feel free to draw that if you want.
Sure. Okay. I think I have somewhat of a mental image. Now as for you, you have a character called Kirath, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, who is not a human, but instead a War-Gull, which is the fantasy species in this series that shows up for 2 books and then is never mentioned again.
Or was it a War-Gull?
A War-Gull.
Okay, so it's like a warfaring seagull.
No.
Yes.
With an A, not with a U. But if you listen, it's already like described as a mix of things. So if you want to work gull into it, you're more than welcome to.
I will try. Is it like Lovecraft? It's described as 17 different things.
Let me read this. The War-Gulls are described as a bear or large dog-like humanoid creature with a snout and dark hair, and both shaped like a mixture of ape and bear. You got that?
No, but I've got enough random words to be able to put them in a hat and jumble it around.
They have small red eyes that glow with dull hatred. Yay! And they have
like
opposable
seagulls.
thumbs. Yes, like seagulls. And the character is such a minor character that there's not much else to say about except for the species. So, do with that what you will.
So just a Wargle.
Yeah.
Drawgle or Wargle. Got it.
If you wanna work goal into there,
I already have.
I can't wait.
Never fear, already have.
You guys will reveal it at the end because
Yeah, then we're done. My guy mostly just looks like he's made out of green spaghetti.
yeah, it's like
I already completely
Perfect.
forgot what the style for this series is. I have looked at the Dennis the Menace art, and I've completely forgotten about
I mean,
it.
we've all looked at Dennis the Menace art, and I have a feeling that all of us are going to eject it from our memory as quickly as possible.
To be
I
fair,
already have.
Plug wasn't from Dennis the Menace. He's from the Bash Street Kids, which is in the same comic as Dennis the Menace. Same comic.
So it's from Dennis the Menace. Just try to be fancy.
Well, apparently Dark has looked at what I'm drawing and has already worked out what he wants to make next in MMO Tycoon. So that should give you an idea of what I'm doing.
Just a mess, then.
Oh, obviously.
I mean, to be fair, I did give you just a mess of words, so you know. This is
I feel like I need to have these arms.
Dennis the Menace art style looks like at all, but I like it so much better.
yeah, cute.
Then you're on the wrong track.
I know, but I won't change it.
Okay.
I just figured out how you can flip things.
New technology.
It's not like automatically flip, but you can flip it around. So if you highlight a section to move it, if you drag one end of the sheet, if you drag one end of the little select thing across the other edge, it'll bring it. It'll mirror it down. I'll show you. I'll show everyone when we get big, or when we're all looking around. It's not perfect.
When we grow
it
up,
doesn't do exactly what I'd like it to do.
When we all grow up and get big.
And we're all adults.
Learn when you're older.
Looks
hello.
cool already.
Oh, thank you. Don't think, just draw. Thank you very much.
Okay. I can see all of their screens, and I like where this is going.
Oh dear.
Wait, mine?
So Haji is looking at the entirety of this on her own laptop. So she can see all 4 of our images at once instead of us just looking at our own individual things until we move upwards.
And I was saying, I like where this is going, looking at everybody's individual pictures.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping you like just a hot mess on my end. 'Cause
I mean, I'm drawing a thing that's apparently made out of green goo and candy, so, you know, that's going to get pretty messy.
I mean, it looks like it's made of candy, so... Which is even worse, because then you've got to draw something that looks like something else. But not that other thing.
You know, just to make it easier for everyone.
Yeah. It's like going, I want you to draw a character, but I want you to draw the sort of character who people would look at and say, oh, they're a bit like a lion. It's like, what does that mean? Where do I begin?
Oh.
Like, I could draw a lion for you, or a person, but what does that mean?
You ever do the reverse where you're trying to figure out a character and then you realize that you associate them with an animal, so then you just kind of want to, like, not give them animal features, but you start basing their character on what your research says about those animals?
Oh, that's an idea. That's pretty cool. I've never done it, but
I have not, no.
Sounds like an idea.
Okay.
I remember one thing. Short. That's a weird thing to remember.
I mean...
The only thing I remember from these people. Don't say she doesn't wear shorts.
I'm gonna stay quiet then.
She's wearing shorts. It's the only thing I know.
Else wears shorts, so why not?
I don't know what's going on with these arms.
Yeah, why not? Might as well. All things considered, she's probably wearing a skirt, but yeah, might as well give her shorts.
She was described as a tomboy. Tomboys don't wear skirts.
I mean, they can. Once upon a time,
in the
wearing
1950s.
shorts and overalls didn't make you a tomboy. It just meant you were wearing play clothes.
And a cat. Which is probably, considering how the dog question mark looks.
He was a dog, yes.
I have assumptions about what
No,
the
other than
cat
this
looks
menace.
like, but I won't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day.
She's talking about the dog that was with the overbite gentleman. That dog.
Nasha, if you want to look that up. Who, despite the fact that I have been looking at Nasha quite a lot of my life, never noticed his arms were wrinkly. Thanks for pointing that out.
Sorry.
Or legs, I should say, as a dog. Again, it's just like, how can we add more lines to make this less appealing? That's just the way of British comics.
Cool.
They only wear shorts in the Beano, even in winter. You have a fudge tin to attest to that. What a weird piece of evidence. Your Honor, I present this fudge tin.
Oh wow, I put it like way up in the picture and I drew it really small for some reason.
This fudge
You ever
tin.
draw an entire face?
There's a
Actually,
Christi.
miss, I actively avoid trying to draw an entire face. Yeah. That's a mood, miss. Draw an entire face, and it turns out you didn't have to. Okay,
Draw
well,
girl.
I think this horrifying blob of a creature is more or less done.
Yeah, I think I'm done as well. I think I have all the elements. Girl, cats, shorts that weren't mentioned.
I thought you were just going to stop at girl. I have all the elements. Girl.
I
Pretty
was
much.
tempted to just stop there. Oh wait, she's a mix. She's a little straight. Sure.
Oh dear. Chris, this reminds me of something, but I don't know what.
I apologize.
Chris.
Oh, I think I know. Chicken boots.
Fun.
Please tell me you're planning on putting that drawing in the thumbnail.
Probably at this point.
Looks flippin' amazing.
Oh my god. That's perfect. I mean, it's not what it looks like at all, but it's perfect.
This is when you said War-Gull, this is the first thing that came into my head. I'm like, I can make this work.
I didn't even say that.
That's what I heard. And thus it's what you said. That's how words work, right?
Yeah.
How am I still drawing?
I don't.
Shading.
Shader.
I really like your duo chip.
Right, time to zoom out.
When the seagulls work out and start taking chips from the shop.
Ooh! Look at these friends. I say friends. I'm not entirely sure what Broccoli Man on the bottom left is doing, but hope they're a friend.
If they're not,
I was
I'm very
told-
afraid.
Green blob made of candy, so
I don't know if there's
Yeah.
supposed to be eyes there, but I love the fact that they look like they are.
yeah,
This
I
is
mean,
a
that was
superhero
sort of the
team.
intent.
superhero team.
Oh, there. They're going,
This is a superhero team.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Obviously, the small child is the leader because she knows exactly what she's doing.
yes, very
definitely.
confident. The
I don't
cat
know
just
what the
wants some
other
kettle corn.
roles in the superhero team would be, but we have small child.
The candy can.
She's the leader.
Yeah, small child is the leader, and
It's an anime.
I think
Yeah,
Christie's is the mascot.
I've been with several
Yeah.
kid shows I know, where it's like you have the normal human child and then all of their monster friends and trying to fix
And
things out.
and their cats.
Cat is only there for the kettle corn.
It could be
What?
about
Why did you draw the robot with kettle corn?
it's a
Heard
kettle
kettle something?
Kettle.
Maybe
Yeah,
normal,
Kettlekin is its
probably
name.
not.
Yeah,
Kettlekin.
and I thought kettlekin, kettle corn.
Okay, well,
I mean, it's
here's the
pretty
actual
obvious.
Kettlekin.
Is Minnie normal? Good question. I will say, like, it's pretty close. Your Minnie is actually pretty close to the design, but I want to watch the adventures of your one more. So
I mean, that's
She's-
fair. All the designs we've seen have been sort of
Yeah.
Ugh.
Cool.
Wow.
yeah, we have
That's something, huh?
Kettle Robot,
Yeah.
Kettlekin. Got
A
some
bear
hammers.
or large dog-like humanoid creature.
Little sparkly. We also have a bear or
Not a
large
seagull.
dog-like creature. Not after your chips. Particularly when you said small red eyes, I was like, I can make that work.
yeah, beady eyes, as you would expect from a seagull monster.
I wish there were seagull monsters in this series now. It kind of abandoned like most fantasy elements after like the first two books. The first two books there were like fantasy creatures, and then afterwards kind of fizzled out. Oh. Yeah, I like mine better.
Yeah.
The cat. Who knew?
Oh yeah, much better.
I
Those
don't like her
knees again.
teeth.
Yeah, it looks like she's
I
still
don't like her knees, and I don't like her teeth.
still growing her sort of adult teeth.
She's still growing most of her teeth by the looks of it.
She's still growing cartilage in her knees as well. It's yeah, I do want to
are
see.
Very uncomfortable.
She's Scottish?
I questioned that earlier and Miss said that she doesn't know, but she always assumed so because of the hat. So that's where we stand with that.
Yeah. I can see the similarities, yes, but yeah, I want to see a show about mine much more.
Yeah.
Yours has a kind of
Personality.
I was going to say kind of like, I don't know if this makes any sense, particularly given that there are two people here who are from mainland Europe in general. But it has a kind of European sort of kids story feel to it, kind of Tintin-esque.
Oh,
Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yours
I can
looks
see
like-
that.
Yours looks like a spunky adventurer who's going to like go around the world with her cat and do adventures or possibly crimes. Crimes could also be involved in the adventures.
Yeah.
You never know.
Both. Why not both?
Crimes are part of the adventures.
I can, yeah.
So do we have a picture of Candyman?
Oh yeah, Candyman.
Yes.
The Candyman can.
I don't know exactly what I was channeling with mine, but I definitely was
Well,
channeling
you're
some
not
kind.
off by much.
No, that's pretty.
Also, I don't know
That's
what
supposed to be made
they're
out of candy? That
using.
just seems made out of like algae.
Yeah, whoever.
Like someone swam in an algae pond and then came out and
Just
it's like, oh
goop.
no.
Whoever wrote that wiki article, I think needs to eat better food. Like,
It's just goop.
can you see the one on the right? Can you see their nipple? Like,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Trap
Oof.
stabbed. No.
That's
That's
unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
choices were made, not good ones.
Can you dipping in the Audubon?
Miss
Yeah.
is loving and hating us tearing into the Beano because that's Mrs. Childhood Summers reading the Beano.
I mean, that's fair. It's just that, I mean, it goes for lots of like comic styles that are like officially published. They're not the most visually up. They're usually like very odd. I can even say that for comics I like.
This is
read.
just the look of every crosswords I've ever done. I don't know if your crosswords have illustrations when you were a kid, but mine did.
No. Can I like maybe it's me. What's the blanket for? What's
Thinking that as well.
That's
I
a
don't know what
good
they're
question.
oozing.
like
I'm guessing
I mean, considering that there's more goo coming out of the machine, my first thought is, oh, they're making a new goo child, and that's a baby blanket.
No.
But it's probably not that, all things considered.
Just no.
I like where your brain went though.
That's yeah. But I'm assuming these are two people in disguise, right?
Yes.
So what?
And the disguises, it does say they are made of candy.
I love the idea that these two people are just in disguise, but they have actually managed to manufacture a living candy child. Like that is something that does happen in the story. It's like, oh, we were faking there being candy monsters, but here's a new homunculus. Like,
I mean, new live action.
Oh no.
Yeah, that might happen.
I mean, I guess now we know what the nipple's for.
All right.
Don't just let me sit in
no.
silence with that.
You started.
Sorry.
Well,
What am I missing?
Miss is throwing me in the bin, don't worry.
She usually does that.
Yes.
Mostly with other people, but you as
Yeah, I
well.
thought that was what the bin was for.
Yeah.
It's for trash people, and today I am in that category. So yeah, we have this I don't know what the superhero team would be called.
Something 90s.
Power Force, like something like that. Just something like it starts off really like imposing and awesome and amazing, and by the end it's just shrugging its shoulders. Super mega amazing.
One of them doesn't even have shoulders.
The Ultra Team. I don't know.
I just imagine it like panning over these people. Like first there's like the little girl and a cat, and it's like, oh, this protagonist and everything, and then it pans over to Christie's, and it's like, oh, the mascot, yay, cute, and then it goes over to Ragdoll's, and it's like, oh, I guess this is the weird one, and then it just goes over to Chris's, and it's like, what?
My expectations have not been met.
Just slow zooms on Seagull's face. Perfect.
The seagulls there's not much going on up there.
No. The article said like hate-filled eyes or something, but this is just like blank stare.
Just doing what it does.
The true terror. You know nothing of what they think.
Time for Teletubbies. Right.
Doing. Oh, I can't do that. I don't have my layers.
The stream took some weird turns.
Chris, can you unmute my layers for me for the tradition?
Oh right, yes, of course. There's that.
Yes, our
Thank you.
beautiful tradition.
Everything
What's
on.
this mess?
I forgot about Garfield.
Bless this mess. Lasagna?
Can you not access your old ones? Do I have to?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Chris is stealing more art.
They're mine now. I did this. Wait, no, I didn't do this. It's a mess.
It's a me problem.
I think they're all on. Oh, Hadji has a layer as well. That's
I love how it just says Plado A.
Cloud away.
Claro, eh?
This is what Claudio has dissolved into.
Lasagna, yes, please. Yeah. Like, I'm not sure what Archer Friend is aiming at, but I think it's everything. I think it's like,
Yes.
I need to get out of this.
Doesn't know where to aim right now.
Yeah.
Just needs to get out.
Oh, and Candyman is celebrating with the cat. They're like, yay!
Yep.
It's yeeted the cat up to the block. It's before and after.
Oh no, the cat down below, they're doing like a synchronized dance routine or something.
Also that, but I was thinking the red cat
Yeah.
is also the blue cat.
Oh, I see, it's before and after.
Eating in
SOH,
space.
my head. Well, there we go. That was eventful.
Less overtime than last time.
Yeah, it didn't go an hour over. Unless we want to talk for 20 minutes. I'll take that as an enthusiastic no.
I was petting my dog.
That, or we all just decided to be silent because you asked that question.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
Actions speak louder than words. Particularly in that case, because there were no words. Yeah. Thanks for coming along and having good times and having good draws.
Thanks for good time.
You're only noticing now, miss.
Yeah. It's almost 10 p.m. I mean, last week it was. I mean, well, not last week in 20 minutes it was. Join me, Minnie, a spunky girl,
This
and a cat as
is
she sets off
taking
to
into
sleep.
account that I took like 2 minutes on one.
Yeah.
Save the Doodlands from the Candyman, meeting friends along the way such as Kettle, War-Gull, and fight off the Candyman's evil forces from stuffing up the canvas. That's what happens. It's the Candyman's power to just make scribbles happen.
It melts candy all over the place.
Yeah. Curly whirlies in your face. I should refrain from making references to sweets from Britain because you might not have them elsewhere.
No, really.
I've heard of them, though.
Heard the word.
Yeah, there is that.
What? Who?
Some of us have heard of them at least.
Okay, cool.
Just silence. What?
What? Silence.
My dog is not having these 2.5 hours. Sorry.
To be fair, like
Aw.
that is basically what's happening in my brain on a daily basis. She's like, "What? Huh?" And then just silence.
I'm counting on
That's
you
fair.
other guys to participate at the moment.
I mean, you know, worst comes to worst, we can do what we did last week and just slam on the emergency brakes and just go, "We're ending the
Yeah.
stream."
That could be a tradition.
just fine.
No. Because we've ascertained Twitch for people watching the stream, like there's 7 seconds or so of between me pressing the button and them it turning off for them, but it sends the off signal at the same time, so they just miss the last 7 seconds, which is why I usually have music.
Also, then you forgot to turn off your mic for the next stream.
That did happen, yes. I need my routine.
So it also messes with your head.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm getting all of the high fives right now.
Yeah. Dog high fives. And there's Jive on screen. It's great. Dog time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of draw-throughs, Segway. It's 16 symbols on Tuesday. We're going to get back to that. It's been a couple of weeks. Hope we've all done your homework. More silence. Great.
Homework.
I can't remember, to be honest. I never expect anyone to do anything. This is like, it's a fun stream. It's just no demands at all.
Except for when you make demands.
I make suggestions.
I just show up and have fun.
And then shout at you when you don't do them. No. Now what was it? What was the last thing we did? You fought a robot. No, Robot Uprising, that happened.
Yeah.
We went to the cave. We went back to the cave, and there's more mystical mumbo jumbo happening.
Yeah.
Right. We need to figure out cult stuff. That's what happened.
Right, cool. Cults. Great. Guess it's time to gaslight the teacher into believing they never gave us any. Well.
So this is Zoom school.
We have the next enemy companion for 16 symbols, and they like chips. Oh, right, you were talking about the seagull. I was like, so how did that come up on the plot line? What? How do we know that? I don't remember there being a chip symbol. Or is that a MacGuffin? Probably.
Stop saying chips, I'm hungry.
Sorry.
The new toaster upgrade makes chips.
Yeah. It's upgraded to include a
That's
chip
impressive.
fryer. It's great. It's becoming less and less of a toaster.
Fine.
When is
It's
a
one
toaster?
of those vintage breakfast gadgets.
When is a toaster no
It
longer
does
a
like
toaster?
5 things, and none of them well.
Yes.
I think we had this conversation the other day, didn't we? Like it's like it's a toaster in the same way that phones are phones, because a phone nowadays it's barely a phone. It's just a computer you have in your pocket.
I was gonna say it can be used as a phone.
It can be.
But it may not be actually a phone.
Like
What it does the worst
It
is
toasts
actually
reality.
make calls.
toasts reality.
God, if we get the yeast god out of the toaster, that'd be hilariously dumb.
What, is it stuck in the crumb tray? What?
You upgrade the
You
toaster
never know.
times, and then just the yeast gods come out.
It falls out. It's been stuck in there.
That's how you activate the optional fight. You fiddle with the toaster, and the optional fight pops out of the toaster.
I mean,
It's a genie.
it was
Like, yeah. It's
genie
like
of the
last time.
toaster.
It's like last time with the SCP that was like the exact kind of genie you'd expect from a can
Oh
of
my
spam.
god, yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like the exact kind of god you'd expect from a toast.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, what is this, Piku Niku? I mean, if we wanted 16 symbols to have any semblance of like sensible storytelling, we probably should have made that decision long ago.
I think we stopped taking it seriously with the first appearance of the toaster.
Was that the point?
A bit before, maybe.
We ran into the trolls. We ran into the bridge trolls playing bridge before then, so I'm pretty sure it was already gone by the time we got to the toaster.
Yeah, the card tournament with the bridge trolls was.
Oh, but Chris decided to like put it back on track with an actual like creature after that.
Yeah, but then a factory disappeared.
Right. Forgot about that little detail.
We still haven't resolved that storyline. A factory disappeared and we forgot about it.
Right, with the 10-year-old manager.
Yep.
That might be.
The grizzled old 10-year-old manager.
I mean, no one liked the factory's products anyway.
We didn't even decide what it was making.
Know what the factory made.
Something that made
didn't it make
goop.
Didn't it make smoke? wasn't its purpose to make smoke?
Yes,
Oh
I
my God.
think so.
Yeah, so
That
basically
was the official lore.
the thing we can take away from this is this was never serious.
I mean, it might have become less serious.
Might have become less serious. Main character, deuteragonist wielding a rolling pin as a weapon. Again, it's just like you keep going back.
We see a pattern.
I also love how one of the first characters we came up with, Kajiro, selling weapons, just never needed, never crops up.
You don't need weapons.
Listen, it's assumed they're always there in the background.
Yeah.
I think we established that in like the train. Where it's like they're always there, but like they always like are like, you wanna buy some knives? And the characters are like, no.
No. You can go into the buy.
Knives.
You can go into the buy menu, but if you try and buy something, it just like goes meh. No.
If you buy a knife, you get the bad ending.
And the inventory keeps like it updates as the game goes on. You get more powerful weapons in there. You still can't buy anything. It's just Wick's their best customer. Yeah.
Yeah. Wick's also their only customer.
They're buddies.
But enough to keep him in business. So
We don't know where Wick is getting this much money. I think it's from Gregory.
I
mean, I have questions. Well, never mind. I would question what's happening with all of these knives, considering it. I don't think they can carry them all, but I have a feeling they're losing them in bodies.
Yeah. And the body's giving them the money, and it all works out.
Give them the money.
It's a circular economy. If you ever disarm Wick, Kajira just appears and hands Wick a new one. They're an enabler.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
it's two economic systems at the same time. It's Wick, but gets money from the corpses, and then buy new knives to get more money from corpses. But also they just steal money from Gregory's tax fraud shenanigans.
Yeah. Occasionally you need a
I
little.
mean, he's the perfect hide for a pickpocket.
You occasionally, you need a bit of an injection to keep the circular economy going. There's a certain element of entropy in there, but yeah, there's a symbiotic relationship between knife mongery and murder.
Are you making a commentary on the weapons trade?
I mean, not deliberately, it just happens. If they're getting money from corpses, I demand respect.
Are we trying to go to 11 again, or is this...
I was going to say, when we joked about talking for another 20 minutes, we are like 12 minutes in.
That's what makes it happen.
It only works
I mean,
if it's
I
spontaneous.
am hungry as usual.
Yes, we should probably end. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming along and having lovely chats and drawing lovely things. Love you all, but go away. That's fair. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye. Let's end the stream. Tuesday, 16 symbols. Wednesday, Remnant Fool's AU. I remembered, it's not Sekiro. Saturday, probably Sekiro. Might be Don't Starve, not sure. Honk, always a good idea. Have a wonderful time, everyone. I'm going to get some music up to end the stream. I'm not sure what, but it's definitely going to be music, that's for sure. Don't argue. Have a grand old time. Look after yourselves. Goodbye.